Hey there everybody, and welcome back to MedEd Insights, the channel dedicated to helping you get through medical school, residency, and more by offering my own personal experiences and insights into my medical education and training, and also giving you an inside look at what physical medicine and rehabilitation residency is like. My name is Brian, and I'm a second-year physical medicine and rehabilitation resident at Mayo Clinic. If you're a fourth-year medical student getting ready to apply for residency here in the coming weeks, then stick around because this video is for you. We're going to be talking about 10 tips to help make the most of residency application season and how to give yourself the best chance at getting those interviews and landing the residency of your dreams. So tip number one, everybody, make sure you submit your application on time, all right? And I'm talking as soon as ERAS becomes available for you to submit that application, make sure you get it in. There's some programs out there that are only gonna download applications early on in the first few days, so make sure you have your application in on time. Make sure that you get in for that initial wave of application downloads. Tip number two, make sure that your application is as complete as possible whenever you go to submit it that first time. Now, stuff can always be added later on, but you wanna make sure that you have everything ready to go and complete. And this includes things like your letters of recommendation, your test scores if they're available, personal statement. Have everything ready when you submit your application so that it's a complete package right from the start. Tip number three, when it comes to trying to decide how many residency programs you should apply to, now really isn't the time to start trying to be frugal. You've already spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on medical school. And so if you're trying to decide between spending a couple $100 more just to apply to more programs to give yourself the best chance at matching, now's not the time to decide to be cheap and not do those. You've already put in a huge investment of your time, so pay a little bit of extra money now to give yourself the best chance at matching and the best chance at getting those interviews. Number four, everybody, make sure that you have some sort of technology that allows you to access the ERAS website in real time when you're away from your computer. And this might sound crazy, but a lot of the built-in web browsers for cell phones don't actually work very well with ERAS and make it really hard to respond to interview invitations. So look on Reddit, look on Student Doctor Network, look for some of these third-party applications that you can use to browse through the ERAS online tool much more efficiently and effectively so that you don't miss out on those interview invites. And number five, make sure that you're prompt when it comes to responding to interview invitations. And this means trying to have your phone on you at all times if you can during interview season. Now, I know it's tough if you schedule an elective or you're on a rotation where you're away from your phone or you can't properly access it, but when you're at home, when you're outside, when you're at the gym, have your phone with you and set up some sort of notification system so that you can find out right away as soon as you get those invites coming in. Some programs will send out more invitations than they have actual spots, and so you want to make sure that you're ready to respond as quickly as possible to make sure you don't miss out on those interviews. Number six, try to plan your interview trips efficiently. And by this I mean, try to set up some trips that are around the same sort of geographical location in order to save yourself some time and some money. There's no doubt that applying for interviews can be really expensive when it comes to your plane travel, hotels, rental cars. And so try to save yourself some money and be efficient by looking to schedule, for example, a lot of interviews on the East Coast or the West Coast, or if possible, even in the same city around the same time frame to save down those trip costs. Number seven, early on in the interview season, whenever you're getting those invites for programs that you're really not that excited about, accept all interview invitations early on. You can always cancel them down the road as you get more invites and offers, but early on it's best to accept all those invites, but schedule the interviews for later in the season so that by that time you'll have hopefully gotten more interview invites at the programs you're more interested in, and that way you can then cancel the ones that you accepted previously. Just make sure if you do this that you give the programs plenty of heads up so that they can allow for other people who might be interested in interviewing an opportunity to come in and take your spot. Number eight, and by no means is this meant to be financial advice for anybody, but one little tip, consider getting yourself some sort of like a rewards credit card or like a flights mileage point system or something, because undoubtedly you're going to be taking a lot of trips. You're going to be spending a lot of money on your credit card in order to pay for things like hotels and travel and expenses. So if it's something that you might be interested in, it's just a thought that sometimes people don't think about until after the fact. So consider doing that if you think it might be helpful for you. And tip number nine, when it comes to when to schedule your interviews, try to schedule the ones for the programs you're most interested in around the middle of interview season. You don't want to schedule them right away in the beginning because you're not going to be as prepared for interviews, and you don't want to schedule them all the way at the end because then you're probably going to be burnt out. So try to schedule those programs you're most interested in right in the middle so that you're kind of at that optimal time point where you're not too burnt out, but you've also had a good amount of practice in answering some of these questions and going through the process. And last but not least, tip number 10, make sure you have fun. Like, this is honestly one of the most fun parts of medical school because you finally get to see what all this hard work has been going towards. You get to go see all these awesome programs. It's a really exciting time. You're gonna meet a lot of your future colleagues and peers when you're off interviewing, and so have fun. Take an opportunity to explore these cities whenever you go visit them, look around, see if it's a place you think you might be interested in actually living for the next 4 years of your life. So just enjoy the whole process. It's something really unique that you're only gonna get to do once, and so have some fun, enjoy it, make the most of it, and try not to be too stressed about it. So that's it, everybody. 10 quick tips to help you get through residency application season. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you like these videos and want to see more. And as always, thank you for watching. Let me know any comments below, and we'll talk next time. Bye, everyone.